Thanks for being out here. Hey, Shane, do you want to just say a little bit about what's important about being out here?
Sure. Well, I'm out here today with there were some reservations to come out here.
Yes.
I feel like it is important to bear witness, and I wanted to support them, and that is why I'm here.
Oh, and
Veganism.
by the way, this is Portland Animal Save. These guys, Emily and Jocelyn, have started Portland Animal Save, part of the big Save movement, right? Animal Save, and you can tell us a little bit more about that.
So
And,
the Save movement was started in 2010 by Anita in Toronto, Canada.
by Anita in Toronto. Everybody
Yeah,
knows Anita. She was the one who got arrested and is
so
being
she got-
tried for feeding water to a pig.
Yeah, in
in the street in
2015,
Toronto.
which when that happened in 2015 when she got arrested for that, it kind of really boosted the Save movement. There are over 100 Save movements worldwide now. And what we're doing is bearing witness to animals used for food, fur, just and usually we're going to stop transport trucks at slaughter and bearing witness to the animals, pigs, cows, chickens.
Yes.
But we're here today to bear witness to the mink that are killed for fur.
Yes.
And the reason why, like, for instance, we have this veganism saves lives, and it's not just about the cows and the pigs and the chickens that it has on there. Veganism is not just about diet. It's a philosophy that it's wrong to inflict undue and unnecessary harm to another living being.
Yes.
And it's unnecessary because we have so many other options. We don't need to do this to them. We don't need, meat for protein. We
Yes.
don't need a mink or a fox or a rabbit to wear because we have cotton, we have synthetics. We have other options. We don't need to do this to them.
Yes.
They are living beings. And the sign, why love one but wear the other, the cat, we love cats. We have them as pets. But we're going to do this to mink, which are very similar.
They were so sweet. What
They're
was it
so
like for you to
sweet.
be in there? Because it was very intense, right? And it smells. You can smell, they're in their feces and...
It's hard to see them. It's hard to see them, and you don't know what to say to them. Like I was saying, it's okay, but it's not okay. They're going to be electrocuted, or they're going to have their neck snapped, or gassed to death, and they're going to be skinned.
And what Emily's reminding us of is in order to keep the pelt nice for the fur, the status symbol, their clamp is off. It's put into their mouth,
Yeah.
and then they're anally or vaginally electrocuted. They're gassed or anesthetized, and they're often not completely out.
So for the euthanasia or the gassing, sometimes it
And
doesn't
then they're
work, and they
skinned
regain
alive.
consciousness while they're being skinned alive.
They regain consciousness and are skinned alive, and or they're hit over the head. There's various ways that you can destroy a commodity in order to make a lot of money off of it, which is really the bottom line, right?
Yeah, and this mink farm that we're at here in Boring, Oregon is one of the largest ones in Oregon, and Oregon itself is one of the most important states as far as mink
It's
production.
one of the most significant. There's a lot.
Yeah.
What did you say? More than a dozen?
There's more than a
possibly as much
dozen,
as 18?
around 18, I think. And
And
you
how
saw
many minks might it take to make a mink coat?
So
coat
it's about 60, like 30 to 70 on average,
Yep.
depending on their size. And
right?
to make one full-length coat, you're going to have like
30?
60 dead animals.
The full length, right? Closer to 70 of those beautiful, beautiful, sweet creatures. They're just like pets. They're just like little ferrets. It's just horrific, and
They're
they're
playful
and
energetic. And you saw the size of their cages. It's about 2 feet long, 1 foot wide.
And each
1 foot
one
tall.
is only 1 foot high and wide.
And they usually take up about 2,500 acres of wetland, or 1,000 hectares of wetland in the wild. They're semi-aquatic animals, so in the heat, they can get overheated because
when it's hot here, they don't have the water to then relieve themselves
Yeah.
in the natural environment where they would, because they're in the water a lot.
And then sometimes, like in the winter, the water will freeze their water, and they will die prematurely because they don't have water.
Right, and it's probably just factored in as collateral damage or whatever, right? Well, thank you, and I'll come back to you guys more. And Shane, is there anything else you want to say that you could say about? You know what? Let me just come to Jocelyn, and then I want to come back to you. Oh, good. A little sun's coming out because it's pretty cold and wet. Yeah. Hey, Jocelyn. What else would you like to say about why we're here and what's happening?
We're here at the Mink farm because when people go vegan, they know about animals used for, the animal agriculture, food industries, and sometimes we don't think about the other products that we use. So I think it's important to be here because we want to say that all sentient beings deserve respect and compassion, but also to really get the point across to people that every single purchase they make has a consequence.
Yes.
So they may think about their food, but not their clothing choices, or maybe the other way around.
Right,
So
or the other way
Every
around.
dollar is a vote for what you believe in.
There you go. Every dollar, like where we spend, how we spend our money says a lot. And if we just follow our morals and our beliefs and our inner compass, and from there you can make choices, compassionate choices that actually fulfill you. At first, I think you think, oh, I don't get to buy this or eat this or wear this, but when you think about, but look what it's doing for me and the animals and others and for my soul and my well-being, for everybody, for the planets, to stop violence within ourselves and to each other and with each other. It's just a bigger picture thing. And Shane, yeah, I'd like to hear more from you. Anything you want to say, and then I have maybe a question.
Sure. Well, the thing that is coming to mind for me, and I may be misquoting James Aspey, but he, in one of his speeches,
Yes.
he says that veganism is more than a mundane diet choice. It's a question of
Enslavement.
enslavement versus freedom, torture versus peace, death versus life. It really is a life and death matter for these animals, and that's why we're here.
Yes, and when you say life and death, it's interesting because we think here life and then there later death, their death, all of our deaths, but they're in a living hell. They're in death. They're in a living hell right now. This is a concentration camp. I feel very strongly that this is a Holocaust. I want to say more about that. And are you willing to mention a little bit about your own experience with fur and as a vegan, and because it was very powerful when Shane told me about this.
Sure. I have to say I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I have been a vegetarian for 30 plus years and vegan off and on. A vegan who really was only diet conscious, and I wore leather and fur and down
And what do you want to tell us about what you were sharing with me about the fur, just because of time and that we're live, because it's very powerful.
Well, my eyes were closed to it. I thought that it was beautiful, and I felt more beautiful in it.
Right, when what was it, your husband had asked you, why do you wear that? Isn't that a little bit against,
It was against what, I was vegan in diet only.
Yes.
And he just was drawing that to my attention, but I didn't
What did
make
he
the
say?
connection.
He would say, so how come, why do you wear fur? What did he say?
Basically, I don't understand why you would wear fur.
Right, and then you would say, tell me what.
I would say that because I think it's beautiful and I feel beautiful in it.
There you go.
And now I see it, and I see the suffering and cruelty and how wrong it is. But my eyes were not open before, and I didn't want to see. So I get that. I really do. But now I see, and I can't not see it anymore.
You can't unsee it. And what do any of you want to say to people who are still buying and consuming and using animals in any way, but yet they still love their dogs and their cats? It's just unbelievable to me, but yet we understand the cognitive dissonance. What would you say to people?
If you don't believe in animal cruelty, you already believe in veganism. You don't want to cause suffering to these animals. They're innocent. There's no reason to do it. So it's just about educating yourself about what is happening in the world and what's going on in the animal industries.
Yes.
And just
once
doing something about it.
And once you know better, you do better. If you're the kind of person that most of us believe we are, once you know better, you do better. Anything else you guys want to say?
I just want to say that, before going vegan, we were all in the same position as anyone out there who is not yet vegan. So We understand exactly how you feel. Before going vegan, you know, I was one of those people. I said, no, I could never do that. I barely even knew what it was,
Right.
really. And I was like, just dismissed it as nothing
Yes.
to ever think about. And once I did, once I kind of let myself open up to those things that nobody really wants to think about and let myself learn about them, there's nothing you can really say to refute that information. The more research you do, the more you learn, the less argument you will ever have.
Yeah,
So.
right. That's a really well said. Thank you, Jocelyn. And Shane, anything else you'd like to say about that?
Well, if anyone is interested in having their eyes opened, I strongly suggest watching the movie Earthlings.
Thank you.
And Cowspiracy.
And
Forks
Cowspiracy.
Over Knives.
Forks Over Knives for Health, but start out with Earthlings and Cowspiracy. And
Vegankit.com.
Vegankit.com.
I think you're promoting Veganuary.
Yes, Veganuary is coming up. So yeah, let me just flip it around. Okay, this is the hardest part for me. Okay, I should go here because of the sun, right? No, I should go here. Sorry, guys. Anyway, yeah, I just want to reiterate what they're saying. So there is Veganuary's coming up, and just Google Veganuary because it's a time where you can get a lot of support. There's a lot of vegan challenges going on, about to happen, where you can have mentorship and help and recipes and daily menus and everything you can, and information and knowledge. And people are willing to share so much. This is a great time, New Year's resolutions to go vegan. And I just want to say that, you know, we're so conditioned. It's not, oh, my hat looks all funny. It's not any of our quote faults, but it is our responsibility to do the right thing if we see ourselves as right and good people, and if we want peace on earth, you know, and with each other, it starts with the most vulnerable. We should be here protecting those sweet little precious beings. Of course, as you can imagine, you know, Emily and I and all of us just want to scoop them all up. It's, you know, we're going to have to deal with them. We have to leave here and leave them behind. And I want to say one last thing about me and veganism. Like, I'm not even a year vegan. I started the process about a year ago. I started veg, and it happened very fast. But because I was like, I stumbled on slaughterhouse footage, and I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the reality, and it wasn't just like, oh, that's just this, or that's just this one time, or this is an extreme. No, it's $125 billion industry, and over 70 billion animals a year. I think one of us was 18,000 animals a second. Every minute of every day, 18,000 animals are killed. Shane was telling me that. And then her friend said to her, who isn't a vegan, he said, yeah, but how many people a minute are killed? Thinking, you know, the number's got to be high. And she looked it up, and it's 106 people are killed every minute, but 18,000 animals, this is globally, we understand, are killed. But I want to say, in my own personal experience, if I can go vegan, anybody can, because I loved anything that pretty much came out of an animal. I mean, I became more and more discerning, but I grew up that way. And then don't even talk to me about cheese. Like, I just thought, I thought I could never give up cheese. I don't feel deprived in any way. It's low battery, but I don't feel deprived in any way. I eat better. I'm happier. There's just nothing, when you think about what the animals go through, any little inconvenience or whatever is nothing compared to what they go through every single minute of their lives. So that is, I just want to go veg, man. Just go veg. Start somewhere. Start with where you are. Get your family involved. Get a buddy to do the vegan challenge and just say, hey, this is really scary. You know, it's not about being perfect, and it's not about being more pure or more noble. It's not like all we are is we've connected to our compassion, and we've made the connection, and then we made the choice based on having made the connection to make the right decision, not because somebody else is telling us what to do, because your own self will tell you. If you care about anything, you know, they have souls, personalities, and lives. And if you have your animals as pets, if you care about animals, come and go to sanctuaries, look into their eyes, look into their sweet eyes. Emily took some incredible footage before I Facebook Lived, and we're going to post that, and you'll see even better on hers, because we were almost getting caught by the time I was filming. That you'll see their sweet little beings. And if you can't, you know, that they're going to be skinned alive, gassed, clubbed, you name it. It's not right. Okay, sorry it takes so long, but this is a very long topic. Peace and love. Peace out, right?
Bye.
Bye, guys. Happy New Year. Go veg. Make 2017 the year of compassion. It's freedom. It's no longer enslavement. It's no longer cruelty. It's no longer oppression. It's freedom and compassion and love and great eating. All right. Bye, guys.